Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be starting a new series. So I popped up to you guys on Snapchat and Instagram beforehand about something that I wanted to start, which is what we're filming now, which is basically a Q&A series that I'm going to call Ask a Student, which is basically about asking students from different universities studying different subjects, like what the course is like, how to apply, and kind of like what the university is like as well. I'm going to try and do a range of universities because I know quite a few people from different universities and quite a few people who are applying to different universities as well. So hopefully I get good feedback from this video and I'll be able to do some more. And if you guys want to just go down in the comments and ask for like any other extra questions, we'll be able to answer it hopefully through the comments and through like other social media platforms like Instagram and Snapchat, which I got these questions off of. So we may as well get it underway. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello internet, my name's Theodora. I'm Iffy's older sister. I study medicine, so that's what this first video is obviously going to be about. Yeah, that's pretty much it about me.
Okay, so we'll get to the questions then. The questions are on my iPod here. And yeah, the first question is, how did you best prepare for interview?
Well, here's the thing. I didn't do much, which is an awful thing. Don't do what I did. But at my school, thankfully, we have a MedSoc sort of group that people who want to apply to medicine could go to, and we kind of did some practice questions or like different presentations that you could do about specific questions, particularly ethics questions, but I didn't do anything specific, and I kind of wish I did, because there were some like curveballs that I wasn't expecting. Like I wasn't expecting some of the ethics questions to be phrased in a certain way, which I'm sure if I read a book on ethics I definitely would have known. So yeah.
Can you still make a successful application even if you have a low BMAT/UKGAT score or low predicted grades?
100%. Like honestly, my UKGAT score was so low. Not like super low, but low compared to what the average people were getting. Like I know most people would get like 650 and above, and mine was quite low at 627, which isn't like and they always tell you on medical applications like always apply. You can apply if you get 600 or above, but I knew that mine was quite low because everyone got quite high grades. Like there were people who got like 750s, and I was like, well, we're not going to uni. But we're here now, so absolutely you can definitely make a good application with a low UKGAT score. Don't give up.
Why did you pick the uni that you currently go to, and how are you finding the course so far?
Well, there were lots of reasons. I don't really want to live like super far away from home, so it's not like too far. Like I can get a train and back if I wanted to go back home, and it's not atrocious. I also picked it obviously for the course, because I really like the way the course was structured. It's kind of like a mix between lots of lectures, which are really cool because you learn a lot of science, and also lots of experience in the hospital from day one. Like I'm pretty sure like a week or two into starting the course, we were already in hospitals and doing GP placements, even though they were only for a day. But it's just good to get that practice because I didn't have much work experience going in, so it was really valuable for me to go in knowing that. And then also because uni is just really nice, a really pretty uni basically.
What is your best tip for preparing and taking the UKGAT?
My best tip would be actually prepare for it. So
because someone didn't prepare on time.
Yeah, so I would say prepare like well in advance, because the mistake I made was I was a cadet like in the army cadet for like 5 years, and I wanted to go on this camp. We had an annual camp which lasted 2 weeks, but then that only left me 2 weeks to revise for the UKGAT, and I still went anyway like an idiot. So I only had 2 weeks to revise, hence the quite low grade. But I'm pretty sure if I had like an extra 2 or 3 weeks, then I would have been much better prepared for the exam and done a lot better. So my only tip is prep as early as you can, but not like a year in advance. That's just stupid. Just, you know, reasonable. Like I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks.
Some people do that, you know.
Just don't. This isn't life or death. It, like study for your A levels. That's more important, honestly.
How did you write your personal statement? Like, what are your tips about writing personal statement?
I would probably say just write, just vomit onto a page first everything that you've ever thought that you've ever done and how you think it might be relevant, and then just sort of put it into a rough structure of like paragraphs, and then have someone check it. That was the first thing I did. And then the second thing I did after taking away like feedback from different people was, the biggest tip I got was show not tell. So for example, I went on work experience and I did this other work experience, I did this and this and this, and listing it. Universities don't care about that. They don't care what you did per se, they care what you took away from it. Does that make sense? So if you went to a talk, yeah, it's great you went on a talk, what did you learn from it and how does that make you want to do medicine more? That's kind of how you want to write your paragraphs. And it's better to focus more on the reflection of what you got from it and have less things than have loads of things that don't really mean anything or add anything to your personal statement. And don't ramble. I know I ramble a lot when I'm writing, but have someone check it and they'll probably edit it down for you, so you should be fine.
What is life at university like?
It's pretty great, I'm not gonna lie. It's quite nice having the freedom. It's great if you know how to look after yourself. So I knew a few people when I first moved into uni who like couldn't make a bed or like couldn't make certain things. It was just really dumb things that you really should know how to do. And if you don't know how to do those things, learn before you go, because no one's gonna be able to do them for you. Or doing like little adult things like signing up to a GP practice and actually doing adult things is quite nice, because you don't have to ask for permission, but you have to make sure you look after yourself, because otherwise you can get into that state where you see that typical student where they're living in like a pigsty and it's disgusting and they don't ever leave their room and they never see the sun and they just go out at night and come back and sleep. So don't do that. But it's really easy to happen, but it's also really great because you can kind of plan your life around yourself and not have to think about like, asking parents, or your time is your own, and I really like that about uni.
I don't know why someone asked this, but someone wanted to know what A levels you did.
I did at AS maths, chemistry, biology, and German. I don't know why. I just like German. I did that at AS, and then I dropped German after AS, and I did maths, chemistry, and biology at A2.
Did you get any offers from any other unis?
So no, and I don't want anyone to ever feel discouraged about that. I only got one offer, and that's really, really common when you're a med student to only get one offer, even though you applied to 4 different medical schools. But just if you have one and you get the grades, that's all you need. So don't feel bad that you only got one and someone else got 4. That's really, really unlikely that someone would get 4 offers. Most people I knew literally only got the 1 offer.
More interestingly, someone has asked, what has your experience as a black woman been at university?
Oh, that's an interesting question. It's a good question. I think definitely as like an observation walking into, say, a lecture theatre, in terms of like the demographic of what you see, the majority of the students there are white or Asians from like different international schools, which you do get a lot of. But in terms of black students, I could probably count them on my hands how many black students we have in my year anyway. And black girls, I think there's only like 3 or 4 other black girls in my year, and there's 250 of us for like scale. So it's been interesting, but it hasn't like hasn't held me back in any way, but it's just been interesting to see how like when you get to uni, how different everyone is, or like you're kind of in the minority, not like a little minority, like a big minority, like a small minority. So yeah, it's just been more interesting just to see. No one like treats me any different or anything. I think maybe when I'm on the wards more, that'll probably be more interesting. I've not really been on the wards for like a really long time, but that will probably be more interesting, how patients interact with me rather than the students themselves.
How difficult has it been to adjust to life as a medical student?
It's been hard. It's been real hard.
She's still adjusting after 2 years.
No, it's actually so true. I'm still adjusting. I think medical school is so different from A levels, and I was kind of expecting it to be similar, because it's like, oh yeah, I just have to learn more stuff. A bit like when you do biology. Anyone who does biology A level knows it's not too hard, but it's just a lot of stuff. And medicine is similar, but you can't learn it the same way. And I've only just realized, like at the end of second year, that the way I've been doing things is just not optimal and it's not good. And I'm still trying to like adjust and fine tune how I study so that I can make my time as efficient as possible, because I don't like to spend hours studying. Like, I don't know who actually enjoys spending hours studying all day. I'm the kind of person that's like, I want to get the information, retain it, and go. I want to go to bed or go have my coffee or go out clubbing. Like, I want to have a life on top of it. So trying to balance that and make sure that you're still getting the work done and still getting like the grades and making sure that you're keeping up is the hard part. That I'm still not there yet, but we're getting there.
And final question, to round this video off, what someone has asked, what do unis expect from candidates who are applying for medicine? So this is kind of like your final tips, like overall, what would you want to tell students about applying to medicine and like what they should be actively doing?
I think I would probably say, I know it sounds so cheesy, but be yourself, because every single person has like a different story and a different life. Don't try and do the same kind of thing that everyone else is doing just because it is. Obviously there's like certain criteria you need to meet, but like things like extracurricular, your extracurricular is your extracurricular. So if you really like, I don't know, going to a bike club, go to that bike club. That's really, really interesting. And you always need different things other than medicine as stress relief, because if your life becomes medicine, you are going to go insane. You will go insane. There's no hope. It's a dark hole to go into. So have other things, even if it is just like seeing your friends or, you know, chilling at like with video games. Universities want well-rounded students. That's what they want. They don't want a machine. They need someone who's able, because as a doctor you need to, one, be able to be studious and learn all the information, but two, relate to patients and be able to talk to people. And if you have no social skills, that's not going to work. So make sure that you have things outside of school that you're doing that makes you be social, that makes you interact with people and communicate in really effective ways, so that when you do go to things like your interviews, it's not hard to talk to them or present yourself as like, as I hear many people say, a serious candidate. So you wanna be that kind of person. You don't want to be the kind of person who has been studying all day and all night and sleeps and then wakes up studies, because when you get to the interview, you're not gonna know what to say, or they'll be able to tell that what you've done is rehearsed because you don't know what to say normally. So just make sure like that you're yourself, because especially what are they called? The people who do the interviews.
Interviewers.
No, there's a specific name for them. Admission tutors, that's it. So it's been so long.
This is how I know I'm an unserious candidate.
Yeah, the admission tutors, they know what, when you're pretending, they can tell a mile off because they've been doing it for years. So don't pretend, just be yourself. That's what I would say.
Thank you for doing this interview.
Yeah, it's been great. I hope you learned something. I don't know if you have, or you just like looking at my afro. I don't know, whichever one. Either way, it's nice to see you.
It's a nice afro. Thank you very much for watching this video for listening to my beautiful sister about how to, you know, tips and tricks to apply to medicine. Hopefully we'll have some more videos coming up soon, but thank you very much for watching for this week. Sorry I haven't been posting for like a really long time. I think I've missed like 2 or 3 weeks now. This is why I do it. I'm getting exposed.
But the point is, if you like these kind of videos, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe obviously, because obviously there's more. I mean, if you want to see more of me, I'm always here, kind of. Or I mean, alternatively, I could just make my own channel, but I don't know. Oh, maybe comment down below if you think I should have one. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys later and see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Just text my hose. I don't have hose.
If I put that in the bloopers.
Oh, really?